The next thing that I want to talk about is soil, okay? And what I want to point out to you is that there are three kinds of soil and there are three different sizes of soil. So soil is what you're trying to move from the areas where you don't want it. You're going to hear me say this a lot. Your job is to take the soil from the areas where you don't want it and nobody wants it, floors, the tables, the trim, the so on and so forth, to the area where you do want it, and that's always the waste stream. So it doesn't matter what kind of soil it is, doesn't matter what size of soil, the object is to move it from where you don't want it to where you do want it. You're just transferring it. You're like the policeman of soil, and you drive around a little paddy wagon and you capture all the criminals and you put them in the back and you carry them off. That's what you do. Okay, so the three different sizes first is I've got gross soil, and then the next one is I've got fine soil, and then I've got microscopic soil. Those are the three sizes. If you can see it with your eyes and you can pick it up with your fingers, that's a gross soil. So if I go around a classroom, you see pencils and paper clips and paper and so on and so forth on the floor, and you go around first because you know your vacuum cleaner is not going to pick up a pencil, so you or a full sheet of paper, you go down, you pick it up, and you either put it on a surface if it's good, or you throw it away. Whatever happens, that's a gross soil. And gross soils obviously have to be dealt with first before you can go to the next step. Fine soils are what can be dust mopped or vacuumed, but cannot be picked up off the floor. Okay, that's a fine soil. So now we're talking about dry dirt and dust, and that's a fine soil. Now you can use a dust mop, and electrostatic dust mops or microfiber dust mops are best because they have the best retention of the fine soil. And if you're using backpacks or canisters, that's better. The last one is a microscopic soil, and a microscopic soil is basically what's left after you've dealt with the gross soil and the fine soil. Now you've got microscopic soil, and it's always going to be one of those three pathogens that I talked about: fungus, a bacteria, and a virus.